Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. When more rumors fly around, you don't know what's going to happen. Howie Roseman might have some things up his sleeve. Devin White is the complete rumor of what could happen here. And let's get straight into all of it.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope it's on a fantastic day. So I want to go over some news for the Philadelphia Eagles. At least some rumors for right now, because that's what we report every single day. And when it comes to the Eagles, what could be up Howie's sleeve? The draft is a couple weeks away. Is there something going on? The Eagles have been pretty quiet recently, and usually when it's very quiet, things are starting to cook. So let Howie Roseman do his thing. Let the guy cook. All right? Yes, there's been some news on Devin White wanting out of Tampa Bay. Now, yes, the news did come out that, yes, it looks like he wants out, fed up with the team apparently, wants a new contract, wants to probably a new bit of scenery at this point. The only problem with this is that the Tampa Bay Bucks have picked up his option at $11.7 million. Now, I think when it comes to Devin White, yes. I mean, he's, 25 years old? I mean, still relatively young. What are you going to have to give up to trade for him? That's number one. Number two, when it comes to his contract, the fifth-year option is where I get a little confused. Now, if they already picked that option up, can they rescind that option where the Eagles don't have to pay him $11.7 million? Because that's fully guaranteed for this year. And trust me, guys, if I'm going to get Devin White, I'm getting him long-term, okay? That's, or at least long-term on lower cap numbers on a few years if they can even pull this off. Because with this linebacker core right now, Nakobe Dean, I know we talk about him. I know people were mad at me in the comment section on the video I made about him. I'm not saying bad things about Nakobe Dean. The problem is, we've seen flashes. Not the problem, we've seen flashes. The flashes are good. We got to see him as a full-time starter. With my own two eyes, I got to see what Nakobe Dean can do, and I think he's going to play really well. I think he's got a big chip on his shoulder. Drafted in the third round, should have been, in his eyes, should have been drafted higher, and all those false reports coming out, and the bad shoulder, and all this crap that's going on that we think Howie Roseman was a big part of, that we all laugh about. But at the same time, when you think of, even Nicholas Morrow being a very underrated sign with 116 tackles last year, bad run defense by the Bears last year, but I think as a really balanced coverage, gap stop type player, in this defense, I think a Sean Desai type of guy, which I really do like, and you have some coverage linebackers finally, thank God, and we just got to see how Sean Desai is going to make everything work with these players, using these players, putting them in a good position to win football games, and that's where we don't have to rely on the players bailing out the defensive coordinator. Getting Devin White is, like I said, is another balanced, really good, stopgap player, and not even just that, but his coverage has been pretty good, and I think would be a really good signing for the Philadelphia Eagles to go to, try to trade for him, try to do something at this point. And not saying that this is going to be promising, because we know the Eagles aren't drafting a linebacker high. We know that the Eagles, there's really no free agents left at linebackers. I really didn't even look at linebackers too much this free agency, because I knew the Eagles aren't going to really get anybody. After Edwards and Kaiser White left, I knew Dean was here, but and after obviously Nicholas Morrow was signed, I didn't know if the Eagles were really done, and there could be some things going on behind the scenes. But yeah, it looks like Devin White is not happy, wants a new contract, and wants out. Usually when teams give out that fifth-year option and pick that option up, it means that they want to work on a long-term deal. And maybe, Devin White's saying, well, they had Tom Brady for a short amount of time, doesn't like the quarterback he has now, don't think this franchise is going anywhere at this point, wants to go to a contender, wants to go to a team where he'll fit in perfectly, and I think he'll do a really good job here if he is traded here. But what is the draft compensation you're going to have to give up? I don't know at all. And then, the tweet, it was probably like a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, close to it. This is when Greedy Williams signed, and obviously Greedy Williams played with Devin White in college. And Devin White said, let's get after it. Got to get me over there. Let's go get it done. On the little tweet he has on Greedy Williams Instagram, and then tweeted out recently, I like, green is my favorite color. He'll only take these two specific numbers if he comes to Philadelphia, because somebody made a number 54 out of him in a Eagles uniform, which was pretty cool. And he tweeted that out, which I thought it was pretty cool. Maybe he's starting to say, hey, Eagles, like let's try to get a deal done. Maybe he'll kind of reach out. So yes, the news is, and it's been all over the place, and it's verified. Devin White has asked for a trade. He doesn't even care about the fifth-year option. So I don't know what this fifth-year option is. It going to affect this whole entire deal as of right now? Because I don't know if the Eagles have to pick that fifth-year option up. I don't think so. I think if they take the fifth-year option, I don't know if now, since they took the fifth-year option for Devin White, do they have to pay that? So I get kind of confused. Like, the tag and the fifth-year option are two different things, but this is a fifth-year option. So can they rescind that fifth-year option? Could they take it away and not give him the fifth-year option now and pick him up? If he wants a trade, if he's going to not play and he doesn't want to be there and he wants nothing to do with Tampa Bay, can they take back that fifth-year option? Or do Tampa Bay has to pay a portion of it to maybe trade him, because now, because Devin White's kind of blowing everything up right now with that team and wanting a trade. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Like I said, I don't think this is going to happen, but the Eagles could make somewhat of an offer, maybe a trade in the draft, or who knows what could happen here. So there could be, a new linebacker in Philadelphia, and it could be a nice, at least a good starting three in the lineup. I wouldn't be opposed to it, even though I think you'll need more linebackers for the scheme of Sean Desai if they're running a 3-4, whether it's base or he likes to disguise coverages and kind of fool the quarterback a little bit. So he likes those coverage guys, those coverage linebackers. And I think adding Devin White to the mix would really complete it. You know what I mean? I think you have some lightning with Nakobe Dean, but you don't have any thunder in that group. I don't think it's complete yet. I think you have a difference maker. I think you have, the total opposites. I think you had some good run defenders with Kaiser White and TJ Edwards, but the coverage was just piss poor. And I don't think, obviously, Gannon really used these guys to their full potential. At least try to make adjustments, which he didn't do. I don't want players bailing this defensive coordinator out this year. So a Devin White trade is interesting, but since the fifth-year option has been taken now, it's a guaranteed fully $11.7 million, which, the Eagles aren't going to pay him. And trust me, pay him on that, yearly thing if that's what's going to happen. So like I said, I'm kind of confused on the fifth-year option. Can they actually take it away? And then the Eagles could trade for him. They give him an extension and lower those cap numbers, so they'll be good. They have 21.6, over $20 million in cap space right now. Now, I know you need some of that for the draft. There's no doubt about it. But, to see if they can make room for him, this would probably be the last move I would make, unless after the draft they make some, cheap, really, really cheap depth signings down the road if that's what they want to do. So always got to think of the possibilities. So when I hear that a player wants to come to Philadelphia, and this is a team that was just in the Super Bowl, and a defense that, for 11, 12 free agents that have left this team, Howie Roseman has done a pretty good job. I think the only thing you're looking for right now is maybe an extra linebacker, and maybe you're going after, you're getting that player next to Jordan Davis. You need that big defensive tackle that's going to be your future. Obviously, with Hargrave leaving, getting paid $21 million a year at 30 years old for 4 years, it is going to be interesting. So Devin White in the sights of Howie Roseman. I wonder if something can happen. Looks like Devin White wants to play with Greedy Williams, and it could happen. Obviously, Devin White would probably start, and I think Morrow would be more in competition, but he'll be on the roster regardless, because Davion Taylor, Sean Bradley is just full special teamer. Love his attitude, but he's just a full special teamer. Ellis is another one they had. They put him on special teams, and he actually did really well, and I don't think he'll even play linebacker for us at this point. Kyron Johnson's another one. Are they going to switch him to defensive end? Are they going to keep him as an outside linebacker? I really liked him from Kansas, and got a lot of speed with him too. So maybe they saw that 4.3 speed, said, hey, let's see what he could do at linebacker. But he's been hurt a little bit, so that one, I don't really like the depth behind Morrow and Dean. And hopefully with those two working out behind them, I really don't see much depth at the position. Adding Devin White just completes it, and I think you get some good competition at camp with joint practices and the 2 preseason games we'll have. So, guys, let me know what you guys think about Devin White coming to Philadelphia, and kind of school me on some of this, the fifth-year option, because I really don't get if they already picked it up. So how do they trade him? Do the Eagles take that, have to take over that money, or I don't know. I'm just giving you my opinion on it, and I'm not really sure. But if they went after this, I wouldn't doubt it. Hopefully they could take away that fifth-year option if that's the case. Like I said, I don't know. But I said that for the millionth time in this video. If you guys have lasted this long in this video, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video as well. I do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. Check out the Philly Shakedown merch, Draft 5 merch, draft merch in the description below, and hit the link for pre-orders, and we'll be repping that in the draft. So very excited. This Devin White trade could be a draft trade. This could be a trade before the draft, or at least something that happens before. So you never know what could happen here, but always, the Eagles are looking for players that are available. And since Devin White is asking for a trade, it just depends on draft compensation. He's 25, so he's young, and I'm not trying to rent a guy. I'm already kind of done with Robert Quinn, trading a 4th-round pick for Robert Quinn, getting no production. We traded for 2 picks for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, even though we gave him a backloaded contract, which I understand why Chauncey was mad at that, because, yeah, it wasn't really fair on his case either, of the amount of money he was getting in certain years. So I totally get it, but I'm kind of done trading for guys to rent for the year for draft capital. Plus, we don't have 4th, 5th, 6th-round picks. And you have picks for next year, plus compensatory 11, 12 complete draft selections next year in 24. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys on the next one. You guys have a great day. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace.